Yo, can y'all hear me? So far we've had no setups, man. Actually, sorry, there was a setup, but it seems like we might get another trend day to be honest. That's what I'm seeing here. Price is just really just going one way, man. It's just going up. Like we're getting another internal continuation type of day because after checking out this high, what we typically will do is get a rejection here. But if you look to the left here, I mean, there's just a massive gap. Let me draw a line here. There's a massive gap here. I'm gonna send an alert here. Maybe we could get a short here. This is still counter trend, keep in mind. But once we hit this gap here, I do want to see if we can get a trade maybe. Again, if you guys new here, make sure to join the free Discord server. I post a lot of trade stuff and a lot of free knowledge in there for you guys, especially if you're new to trading. So make sure to check that out. You might be able to see if you can get like a stop hunter maybe set up. It's just, dude, I'm not gonna lie, I just don't like taking them this high up, man. I'll mark our structure here, but like I personally just do not like taking it this high up. But to put into context, it looks like a rally type of day where we, again, internal continuations kind of similar like yesterday where we just keep going up. If that's the case, it does give us a lot more probability for us to hit a nice stop hunter. We'll see if we can get one here. I know I missed this one recently. There's one right here. There's a nice stop hunter set up here for like 2R. Now we have stacked lows though. So we do have to be careful. These stacked lows. We could see something like either we sweep this or go higher, or what I'm seeing is we come down here and then go higher from there. We can switch time frames. There's a 5-minute here. Indicators marking as well. If you guys want access to an indicator, click the link in the bio or in the description. What would be the risk reward on this trade? Let's see. We can get a 3R on this trade. Oh, the closures. Oh, that's not a good closing price. I'd have to enter with very small stop. Honestly, I kind of want to see us take. I'm not in this trade, by the way. Here, I want to see us mitigate this here, so you can get a trade to the upside here. What I'm gonna do here is set a limit order. If we get an entry model before this limit order fills, I'll take it for the most part, because we do have a PY here. I'll set a limit here. We're going with how big is a stop? 30 contracts is pretty good. I'm gonna restart the stream. Since most of the other stream really basically wasn't really able to get like actually, you know what? I'll keep the stream. Why not? I'll say restart stream. Just people might not be tuned in. I don't know if people have just my stream open on the side. Is that what you guys do? Let me know. I don't know, but yeah, we'll keep the stream. Why not? Okay, we'll see if we get entry model. If not, I'm gonna take this with 40. Stop. I want to cover a little bit of the low PY just in case. I'm looking at something like this right now, guys. Here's the thing. Here's where it gets kind of rough because I think this is a 5-minute low. This is a 5-minute low here. If this is a stop hunter, we're gonna miss this setup here. But we also did mitigate this PY here. If we get an entry model, I try at one attempt here. If we fail this entry model here, I'll take another attempt out the limit order. If that fails too, we'll wait for down here. I just don't see price doing this big retracement here on a day like this where we're rallying and we have, I think we're like in the middle of this gap here, right? Let's see. Like this gap is starting from here to there. On the 1 minute, I know on the 5 minutes, it's an even bigger gap. I think I marked on the 1 minute though. Or maybe 15 minute. Yeah, so we are in the gap right now. I'm looking for something like this to occur. I'm not in this up move. This up move is just if we get like an entry model here. The only problem that I've seen at times that happens though with stuff like this is that you get an entry model here, but this entry model is just to give this delivery here to mitigate this supply, just to then come down here and then just to go higher, if that makes sense. So you could low-key manage pretty aggressively if you would like on the long, on the first long, if we do get it somehow here. Yeah, currently waiting for this setup here. Also, by the way, y'all, if I gotta add a new code here, new command. I'm partnered with Bulenox now for pot firms. Okay, if you guys want 45% off most accounts today, I think it expires this month or something. I'll have to check later. But yeah, use code JTrades, support the channel. Want to go to Bulenox, get an account. They are a funded pot firm, just like Topstep. Their rules are different than Topstep. I'll go over them very briefly. I know people that gotten successful payouts from them, so you don't have to worry about like legitimacy. They are legit. They're very credible. They're reputable. They've been in the industry for 5 years now, so it's not a new prop firm. Nice. It seems like we have course members banking today on NQ and YM. Longs on YM, OB limit on NQ. Nice. Yeah, for sure. Would have made more money than me. More R. I took these two trades. I missed this. Dude, there's so many good trades today. I took these two longs, and then I missed this liquidity sweep long here. This would have been a perfect entry. It could have been like 3 to 4 R. And then there's another setup here. Though here, I think I was waiting for a gap lower, but this is your inducement here. So I did fail to notice this ahead of time. This is the PY that I hit right under inducement. These tend to hold very well. This is probably even a 5-minute stop runner. And dude, with my entry model, using an indicator, this joint went crazy. You can target the gap, 4R. So there's a lot of money to be made. Again, so far I have a limit order here set at this level here. Currently waiting for your setup. Not financial advice. Make sure you have proper risk management. Take these at your own, discretion. I'm just sharing my trade ideas. Nothing under 30 seconds I see though, so that looks fine here for delivery down here. I want to get filled here though. I don't want us to come and get an entry model here, just because if we get an entry model here, like I said, it could be just to mitigate this and then go lower. And my target really is ideally that high. So this here is going to be your lower probability setup. This is going to be your higher probability setup. Whichever one you want to take longs. Again, I'm only looking for longs here. I don't see shorts. I don't see us coming down here. If we do come down there, then we just did a gap touch. So usually with gaps, either we fill them fully or we touch them and then reverse. And when I say gap, I'm not talking about a fair value gap. I'm talking about when we actually have these gaps in the market. Like this, where there's literally no candle in between. You can see there's no candle in between, right? It's just a straight up gap. There's nothing here. But NQ so far, good conditions today, man. Really good market conditions. Really looking to take this thing long here. Anything on gold? Oh, did I get filled? No, I didn't get filled. I thought I got filled. That's weird. Gold. Gold is quite messy. Actually no, I see downside on gold. Here, I can use my indicator, but we hit 30-minute supply. I see downside from here, but it's too late to enter now. You would have already missed a down move here. Feeling for downside. Like we already hit the 30-minute supply. Your entry model's up here, so there's nothing I can look for right now on gold to trade. But I do see some downside. NQ, like I said, I'm waiting to get filled here. Let's see if we can get this another win. We've been on a crazy win streak recently, man. Streams have been going good. Today has been going great. Been absolutely cooking. Also took 2 trades last night on NQ. Again, it just moves so much nicer than ES. Again, if you're in a course, you guys know, I gave y'all a suggestion in terms of what to trade for Asia session. I took a loss here with the limit order. I was kind of expecting a continuation here, but I knew this was not an A+ setup, so I waited for this liquidity sweep, took an A+ here. Could have took a nice inducement trade here, going long, but that's counter trend. I was waiting for this inducement, or sorry, liquidity sweep. Took a nice AR targeting below past the low. So it made 7R last night on NQ. I'll make a trade recap video. I'm kind of behind on those. Again, we're still waiting for this setup here. I want to see if we can get this here. Again, Direction, I'm bullish, man. Indicators pointing bullish, I'm bullish. That gives me high conviction and bullish. That doesn't mean though you buy blindly. Just because you have direction, you also have to time the market with day trading. So something to keep in mind. Again, if you guys just joined, you didn't hear the news, I'm partnered with Bulenox prop firm now. I'll go over their like prop firm stuff in a bit. Okay, it didn't pay me to say any of this, by the way. I know people personally that have gotten payouts for them, and I thought it was time to finally, you know, partner up with them and offer you guys some discount codes. So you can use code JTRADES at checkout. It should work now and give you guys, basically it gives you the best available discount at the time. Currently is 45% off. And I'll go over the rules between Topstep and Bulenox because I think most traders are trading between these two, at least in a group. So gonna wait. Change my YouTube video title here real quick for today's stream. And let me add a command for Bulenox now for the chat. Again, there's a lot of custom commands you guys can use too. New command for Discord. If you guys want to join Discord, there's a course link, indicator, mentorship link, there's a WAP link, website. There's no more discounts on the course, of course, you guys know, and a mentorship. The 20% sale ended last year, so I did say I plan on like at some point raising prices for everything. I think I'll keep the indicators the same price, but course and mentorship is gonna be raising price later in 2026. So you know, start learning now. Okay, if you guys type in !prop firm, you should be able to get a code thing that shows up with Bulenox. Again, if you want a link to Bulenox's prop firm, here's a link to them. Check them out. Again, they're reliable, they're verified. I'll go over the rules though, like I said, in just a bit. I want to see if we can get in this trade first though, before we get in. There's, let's check on ES real quick. ES did a sweep. I think NQ did too, so that's fine here. I want to see ES go a little bit lower though, so we can get filled here. We should get filled here. I don't see anything else holding us not getting filled here. Unless it's a, no, it's not a stop. Let's see. It is a stop hunter if it doesn't hit us, but I think we should get filled here. And again, your target TP wise, you can TP at the high. Sorry, gotta change this. You can TP for 3R here at the high, or you can TP at supply, whichever one you prefer. All right, so talking about Bulenox while we're waiting. Actually, we'll wait a bit more. I think we can get filled here soon. So far, looking fine. Again, I just want to get filled here and we don't get edged. We usually don't get edged on this, so I think this is just a fake reaction. We should just wait a bit more, be patient for entry. Okay, we got filled. In this trade here currently, okay, we go for a 3R target. Let's get this rolling. Ideally, we get an entry model here. If we don't, that just means the limit order failed. And we could see, again, like I said, I really just don't see much downside here. Unless we just want to reject this gap, then not much you could do there. Let's see what ES is doing. It's, ooh, is this all-time highs here? That is all-time highs. I think NQ is way further away from all-time highs. Pretty sure ES is way closer. Let's see. This is ES is all-time high. ES is getting close to all-time highs. Usually when you get this close to all-time highs, you should get a massive, massive move. Again, currently in this setup here. Oh, I just had to switch my headphones here. Alright, can y'all hear me? Okay, I don't know why I just played through a speaker. Hold on. Okay, I think it's fixed now. Yeah, it's fixed. Oh my goodness. Whoa, hold on, let me check my account. All right, well, we also had an entry model too. Yeah, just one entry model. That's unfortunate. Let's see what happened on ES though. ES had no entry model, so might have gotten wicked out here low key. There's a PY right below. It's gonna be hard taking an entry model off here because of how big that candle was. It was a spike. I don't know if I'm willing to take an impulse. It's not a really good impulse setup. But we are mitigating something on ES. We are mitigating the origin, so it's the last PY that it has to hold on ES. Yeah, there's nothing else I'm seeing here. Yes is way weaker than NQ today. That's what it seems like. There's this PY here on NQ. I'll take another setup if we get something here. I do want to see us go down more, create more space so we can get some wiggle room to the upside. Don't know if I want to take this impulse. This is the last demand zone. Unless we go for a sweep. But, I mean, we're still bullish, man. I gotta follow my system. My system told me to long, so if I long and I lose, that's okay. We'll see if we can get another long setup here. Just a minute. But yeah, briefly going over like Topstep versus Bulenox. The main differences, I'd say here, I can probably. Let's make one of them green. It's easier to read. Green, that looks bad. Let's just do this. So, hold on, actually, before I do this, we might find another trade here. Gotta fix the lighting real quick. Okay, and I'll have both charts up just to monitor both to see if we see anything unique or special. Okay, there's the webcam. Let's look for it. All right, still looking for a setup here. You could try taking an impulse if you want. We do have a lot of trend line liquidity above. They could try seeing if you can take out. But I think I'm gonna wait for an entry model here, personally. At this point, we do have just massive gaps to the downside. But ES, look at ES. There's nothing left on ES. It's just NQ, man. It's just NQ, bro. So we'll wait this and see if we get something. If we don't, that's cool. I'll send an alert at the 5 minute here. Again, this is what you guys, this is literally what I'm doing live time, by the way, that you guys are seeing whenever I'm trading. So like, we'll set alerts, 5 minute. We set alert at the liquidity sweep. This is like the last point really per se. We should be long in liquidity sweep when we have a PY below. We can switch to a higher time frame. There's a 30 minute demand below. This is also a 1 hour demand. You can do something like this again when you're creating alerts. Literally just type what the text is. Again, you don't need to be studying your chart the whole time. I am just a little worried that we might have gotten internally swept here. That's kind of looks like what's happening here because ES is on this last PY here before an external liquidity sweep, and NQ is nowhere close, which is good. Taking the longs on NQ, that's good. I'm calculating right now that you guys should also calculate this too when you're trading, that you have to know how many roughly losses you can take in a row given a direction, like consecutively. Based on what I'm seeing here, I could potentially see. There's potential to take up to 2, 3. I don't think we'll get confirmation on each of one of these POIs. Probably around 3 losses in a row. Usually that's my like standard in a certain direction. So it's always a good number to know in the back of your mind. Like I always calculate what's the downside before the upside. Too many people are just looking at the upside, and that's not a good mindset to have in trading. When you have a mindset where you're just looking at the winners, looking at the upside, you don't truly understand what trading is not about, but you have to accept the risk first, is what I mean. If you're accepting you can't accept the win without accepting the risk. If you can't accept the risk, you're probably over leveraged. So make sure your risk management is on point. Let's do a poll real quick. Just out of curiosity, has anyone here traded on Bulenox before in this stream? Like I know a few people myself, but how about the people on this stream? Sebastian. Let's see. Gold hit 30-minute demand here. I have to do a bit more analysis on gold on the higher time frame because on gold, the ultimate draw is still higher. We took out previously a low because the only unminted PY on gold I'd say is it's down here, but we have previously low there that got taken. I'd say you can trade both sides of the market for a gold. But you would have missed your trade if you took a gold long. You would have missed it. Well, I would have missed it. You would be already in this gold long here. Honestly, now I see it on the higher time frame gold, I see upside from here on gold. Also, my daily bias indicator is pointing upside, so I want to lean more towards upside if I'm stuck between 2 biases. If I'm ever stuck between 2 biases, I always go with my indicator because it's usually more right than wrong. So I'm seeing gold at this point to go for that high at some point. We took out previously low. We didn't tap into a high time frame demand, which I ideally would want. but this is kind of like a stop hunter, if that makes sense. Below that daily demand or daily low. But yeah, I think gold is clearly bullish now. So if you're in gold longs here, it's a nice long. I do see we have a lot of trend line liquidity here for the most part. This one PY above is unmitigated, but whenever price delivers like this, like a staircase, and this is all fully mitigated, this supply is, it's a lower chance it holds, or lower chance is the right word. See if I can get an entry on gold. It's just, this is not a great entry on gold. Let's see. You're probably gonna have a big stop loss if you're trying to take gold longs. Ideally, we don't stop hunter this internal low here on gold. That'd suck. Because if we do, there's a PY below. But we have a PY also. We have a, sorry, not PY. We have an OB below here and above here. You could potentially take up to 2 losses if you're taking this trade. Like a trade up here, for example. Basically showing you guys the mindset you guys have to have when trading. You gotta know like your tolerance and risk. And my TP for this, again, if you don't want to go for it, I'm not gonna lie, the only other supply for this trade here is really either this small 1 minute or the highs here. And while we're waiting, yes, it's still in this demand here. Sorry, I gotta draw this out. Still in this big demand. You guys cover structure. ES is, or sorry, gold is, let's see. Again, I'm still sticking bullish here personally. Kind of want to go with my daily bias indicator, especially if I'm not too certain on direction here. We did take out, like I said, pre-state low. The best entry would be when we took out pre-state low, which I think that happened before kill zone, unfortunately. So yeah, you would have also taken a loss here. Well, actually, you might have taken a winner. Take out the high, depending on where you TP. Again, I am in this gold long, not financial advice. We're waiting on ES and NQ to do something. There's nothing going on there at the moment. Like I said, this is not a bad gold long right here. I'm covering structure. Okay, covering structure with this low here. If it sweeps that low and goes higher, we're probably gonna get stopped out. And you're gonna see whether or not you want to increase your risk tolerance or not. Meaning, are you willing to take in another trade, essentially? If not, then no, don't take the other trade. But this is what I'm seeing here. We're seeing go for a nice TP here on gold for just about 3.36R. Well, let me check something. I'm checking my phone, hold on. We got more people watching today, 19 people on the stream. I don't know if it's because I'm consistently streaming now, I guess this week, or don't know if there's another reason, but maybe it might be the title, low key. It's not clickbait, by the way. If you guys clicked on the title and you saw Bulenox versus Topstep, which platform is better, I will talk about that. Currently, we're just in a setup here, so kind of locked in on managing my trade, but yeah, I will talk about the prop firm stuff in just a minute. Anyone in these longs with me on gold? Again, NQ just waiting. Alright, I don't see anything going on NQ at the moment. I think I'm gonna set alert up here. We might get a entry model if we get up here. But gold so far, if we can break above this internal high here, and if we don't hold the supply here, we should easily go for the high. There are times where price doesn't follow my rules, and that is what it is. But if it's following my rules today correctly, like how it usually does, if we fail this supply, we can go for this high here. If you want to be safe about the trade, you can go for a 1 to it's almost a 1 to 3, so it really depends. If you want to go for this target, you can, or go for this high. Up to you what target you want to go for. If we go to the higher time frame, and I'm looking here, let's see. There are other targets you can go for, but let's keep it conservative, y'all. Or not super aggressive is what I meant. There's also another high up here. London session high too. It's paired right there. Currently the trade is up, not much. I wouldn't close or do anything here. Okay, we have a nice trade coming in on NQ. Well, are we gonna be able to take it though is a question. We'll see. Might not get filled. Also, one thing I dislike about this trade here, I'm not gonna lie, is we didn't hit anything. Oh, we did. Sorry, wait, 30 minute. Yes. Okay. That's what I figured. I saw the POC on the lower time frame. I felt like that had to be a POI. So we did hit valid demand here, POC. This is a great long, in my opinion. Really textbook if we can get this. Entry though, we'll see if we can get it or not. Might not be able to get it here. So ES, ES looks probable to go for the mitigation. NQ, not as much. NQ is stronger, so less likely for it to come back. There's no other entry model I can take here, so we're gonna see if we can get this. If not, we're just gonna have to miss this trade, and that's okay. And of course, your target, like I said, if you want to target, be conservative, you can target this, target that, target this, go off the indicator. I'm gonna go for the highs. I do think if we can get a nice gap fill today, that'll be amazing. So I'm gonna have my order set here. We'll see. Looking at gold, we missed the POI, we missed the supply, but just a little tick. This is good. We should never violate this low here now, because we have a new low that's valid here to get violated. If we come down here, that's fine with me. It's just I gotta be careful with my stop. It's gonna get close to my stop. We either do something like this, go higher, or we slowly climb, fake, go higher. I'll send the screenshot here to the chat. Oh man. No. Come on. Come on, NQ. Don't leave us. So one person here has traded with Bulenox before. Cool. Okay. Okay, if we create a new high, we can still come back to this PY. If we create a new high, but we continue high like this, I'm gonna have to get rid of my limit order because this is not gonna get hit. Yeah, this is a really good RR trade. 5 RR, so we'll see if we get it or not. If not, it's cool. Go back on gold though. We're currently in this setup. I'm gonna talk about Topstep and Bulenox while we're in this gold trade, okay? Who is in this gold long with me? Type 1 in the chat if you're in this gold long. Again, I called this out in real time here. It's my entry price. Stop loss. It's a 3R gold long. It's not a bad risk reward. That's my typical average. Sometimes I can get more, but with this stop loss size, I can't get as much. You could have got a better stop loss. Oh no. Yeah, okay. We made a new high here. I want us to retrace here though on NQ if we get an entry. If it doesn't, we're gonna miss this move. I'm gonna get alert on my phone anyway when my trade gets filled on NQ, so we're not gonna go back to the NQ chart. If it runs without us, then it is what it is. So I'll monitor NQ on my account on my phone, and then we'll have gold stay up here on the chart since we're in this trade here currently. Let's check out gold though. Gold should easily, yeah, this supply should not hold if we're gonna go higher. The one thing it's not as ideal. Actually, it's not too bad. I was gonna say this could be your inducement for gold, but if gold wants to go higher, it shouldn't need to come all the way back down here. When price likes to trend, it will trend. And also, this is a better PY because this flipped structure here, this bullish. This used to be supply here. This basically demand flipped this supply, bullish. So I think this is a fine place. If you want TP now in gold, go for a little 1-to-1. I know some people like going for those. Feel free to. I'm trying to move my position tool. Feel free to go for that 1-to-1. Like I said, your 1-to-1 is basically hit here. If you want to go break even, I'm personally not going to. It's a good setup. We could still come back to where our entry price point. So I'm not going to go break even. So almost half you guys now vote that you have traded with Bulenox before. Okay. Yeah, Bulenox is not a new prop firm, for those who are wondering. It's not new. They've been in the game for about 5 years now. Also, if you guys want to follow the IG, man, here's the link to my IG. Also updated all the links to my link tree, so feel free to check it out with my other links to my other social media accounts and some discount codes for y'all. Feel free to check it out. Just post it in the chat. Okay, we're getting what I kind of expected here. Down move, like I said, go break even. You can avoid a potential loss, but you also will miss the move if it's a winner. I'm gonna hold this personally. And then yeah, we'll just stay on this chart here. Today's stream is not going to be too long. I'm mainly honestly going to be looking for these two trades today. I think these two trades in my session today is going to be mostly done trading wise. For those that missed the gold, you might be able to get a re-entry here. Is NQ flying? No. Let me check. Oh, damn, that sucks. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of my get rid of your limit order on NQ. You're not gonna get filled there. Price is gonna fly here. Yep. Damn, I was looking for that move all day too. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Maybe I messed up my 50% here. Okay, it didn't go to 50% when I took my long initially with limit order there, but if you use based on inducement here, it did go to 50%. So it depends on how you view it. Like this was my inducement here. So let's PY here. So you could say I bought maybe a little bit higher, but I still would have taken that trade. Yeah, unfortunately, NQ is not going to tap us in here. Let's go back on gold here, see what's going on in gold. Props to those that were somehow able to catch the NQ setup, by the way. I just don't see anything you can use to cash unless you use the impulse model. That's what I see here, but it's not impulse to delivery, so I wouldn't have used the impulse model anyway. Your RR, man, if you took my impulse model though, entry on NQ, you can make like 10 RR on the longs. Absolutely nasty. So yeah. Only other way you could have caught the NQ is you had a limit order on 30-minute demand. But aside from those two, there's no other really entry. I don't see any IFG that's valid, so not much on NQ there. Gold right now looks fine. This is what, like I said, what I was really anticipating for us to happen. If we can get this sweep here. I don't want us to sweep this low though. Until you sweep this low. If we sweep this low, it's gonna get close to stop. There's also something unmitigated below us. If you want to reduce your risk, guys, you can move your stop loss here on gold. If you took my entry, you can move your stop loss here. I'm gonna leave my stop open. I like to do most of my trades, at least on the stream, I like to set and forget kind of style because I'm really taking high quality trades. For high quality trades, I like to leave the trade open and not do too much mess around with it. Last time we literally went break even on stop hunt, I remember going short on NQ, and let's just say it didn't pay off, right? Because the trade went 7 RR, 7. So even if I take like 3 break evens that end up and actually save me from a loss, it's not worth it. Why? Because that 7R makes up more than the 3 losses. That makes sense. So I'm not a huge fan of break evens unless it's a lower probability setup. If it's a really low probability setup, like C setup, I'm never gonna take that. So unless I'm forcing a trade, maybe it's an emotional trade that happens from time to time, then yes, obviously very strict break even management. I do teach in a course, like I said, to you guys multiple different ways to break even. Feel free to use whichever one you find that works best for you. Did anyone have a limit order on NQ that got hit on POC? Kind of like the only way you could have got the NQ trade, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, let's talk about, hold on, let me check something real quick before. Is no one in this go long with me? You guys just watching? I mean, if you're done trading and you're just done for a day, yeah, feel free to watch. I know we had some people take that massive winner yesterday, or it was 2 days ago in NQ, so let's see if anyone's in these gold longs with me right now. You're in MNQ? Yeah, I missed the NQ trade. It just flew without us. Okay, we finally swept the low there. We didn't sweep it before. We just mitigated this. OB. See if the main here holds. Otherwise, high time frame inducement. But like I said, I don't mind this long here. What in the world? Okay, it swept both lows here. There's unmuted PY, like I said, it's less likely to hold the fact we made new structure here. This 1 minute here. NQ, yeah, we missed NQ, man. Missed NQ. If this gold trade loses, NQ would have made up for it. Again, if you're on NQ and you took an impulse model, like I said, it's like 10R. Okay, maybe not 10R, 5R, 6R. Go for the gap, it's almost 10R. You can't really cash trades like these, I'm gonna be honest, unless you're on the seconds. There's a 30-second entry model here on the seconds. You can even get a crazy RR off that. But it is more risky to me as a POC instead of a POI. So I probably wouldn't use the seconds for the most part there. Liquid Snake, what's up? Done for today, just watching, hit consistency rule. Nice. Again, still in this gold long here, trying to go for this 3R, so we'll see if we can get it or not. Let's do another poll here. It's almost half and half with people that traded with Bulenox and people that haven't. What's going on right now is gold did the 2 sweeps instead of what I was hoping for, which is just 1 sweep. We did 2 sweeps here. Took out both these lows. The lower below is a more prevalent low. We also mitigated something else on another time frame. We have this 5 minute here that we mitigated on gold. I think we should hold this 5 minute here. If we don't hold this 5 minute PY here, we're gonna get stopped out. So ideally we hold this 5 minute here. There's this 5 minute, see right there. Just extend it real quick. Let's do another poll here real quick with y'all. Do you trade what are you guys currently trading, gold or NQ? When I say NQ, by the way, I mean I'm including ES, so all the indices essentially. I'm trading gold. I don't know if the title of streams really matters, but we 20 people watching today. Yeah, this is not, I doubt this is coming back for another entry for us. Especially since there's no supply here. There is supply on ES. There's, well, actually both have supply, but up here. If you caught the NQ trade, good job on you cashing it. Like I said, I did mark it out. It's just no entry model for me on NQ, so. We're gonna be focusing on gold for now. So you can get a setup on gold. Whenever we guys see impulse model like this, ideally you don't get something like this in terms of retracement, because with impulse model, what should ideally happen is we don't have a retracement. We impulse down, you expect to impulse up. That doesn't mean this doesn't hold, but it just does make this lower probability. That's something else you guys can add to your toolkit when it comes to thinking about taking like OB entry models. Try to see how delayed the stream is. It's not that delayed. 17. Delayed at like 4 seconds. It's not horrible. It's not horrible. I doubt it's gonna change y'all's entries with mine by much anyway. But you guys that are in the course, at least you know my entry models, so you know like what the entry is. You know. We're not getting any reaction off this OB here on gold, which is not good. I want this to hold here. Like I said, if this doesn't hold here, I think gold is just gonna go down to take out this here. Again, this is more so higher time frame inducement, not 1 minute inducement. 1 minute inducement would be something like this. If that makes sense. You won't know if price is trying to go for higher time frame inducement or lower time frame inducement. You just don't. There's not much you can do there to predict that. That's just how the market works. Like I said, if you go for 1-to-1s, you have a much higher win rate. I think this was a 1-to-1 here. Let me check. So it's half and half. 1-to-1 is, dang, I can't even move this. Did it hit exactly 1-to-1? Oh, 1-to-1 is about here. I'll mark it for those that took the 1-to-1 on stream. This is 1R. Like, if you guys go back, look at all those straight trades I've taken on streams, you'll notice that a lot of them go for 1-to-1. This is 1R right there. You just go for a static target. You've been out the straight. You don't have to worry about any of this going on here. But I'm still in this gold long, so anticipating this has to hold. If it doesn't, like I said, I'm probably gonna be done on gold. Like I said, this is a good POI. If we're bullish, we should be holding this POI. I don't really want to see us go lower here. We took out previous day low already. Another good thing that I noticed here with this trade going long is we have very nice trend line liquidity built above. But whenever you have trend line liquidity built above, what that means is the PY below that, whether you're bullish or bearish, this has to hold. If this holds, then it means this is all protected and it's gonna go lower. If this supply doesn't hold, we do something like this, we go higher, break above here, this is gonna get ran as weak. So trend liquidity kind of serves two purposes. Because what it means is if we don't hold the PY below or above trend liquidity, the PYs above like this is probably less likely to hold. If there's more PYs above here. That's something from my experience I've noticed. This is why journaling is key. NQ, I don't know what NQ and gold or yes is reacting off of. 5 minutes, my guess. Nope. 15 minutes, 30 minutes. I don't see anything. I think it's reacting off of nothing. Trend liquidity, some of the liquidity has gotten taken out, not all of it. Again, I'm marking trend liquidity just because it's all fully mitigated, like I said, right? If I want to draw a trend line, I guess this is the perfect trend line here, but won't be on gold today or right now. Maybe because I'm on gold right now. Very slow delivery on gold right now. It is definitely outside of kill zone obviously, so expect some slow price action. We had some quick moves early on, and during the kill zone on gold, as you can see, quick moves. Did anyone exit gold though for a 1-to-1? Some of y'all be scalping, and I know that. This is also where I used to get chopped up. Back when I used to trade unprofitably, I used to try to take longs and shorts and longs and shorts. I still remember this. This is back when I was unprofitable. I take so many emotional trades. No system, just really going off price action. No mechanical system, just long and shorting, long and shorting. I just get stopped out of this many consolidation, even like this. Like, I'll be longing here, getting stopped out here, shorting this, getting stopped out here, longing this breakout, getting stopped out here, shorting this, and then who knows what happens. But you take one winner, but that winner doesn't cover all those losses. That's literally how I felt when I was first trading. Nice. Let's go. Y'all in this? There's even a re-entry, like I said. If price does come back, you guys could have got a re-entry. You guys could have re-entered here. Using my strat, dude, you could have got a, damn, you could have got a nicer price point if you had re-entered. Anyway, I'm holding for this 3R. We have nice momentum here. This is what I like to see. This is what you like to see. You can't get scared, right? You can't get scared when price is doing something like this. It's just manipulation. And I remember yesterday when I was holding that trade for so long, people were like, how do you hold for that long? How do you have the patience to hold for that far? It's all about patience, all about experience, building that confidence. Because experience helps you build that confidence. Once you have the confidence, it's wraps. As long as you know what you're doing with trading, risk management is good, discipline is good, it's wraps. Now, just because price did this move here doesn't make me really it doesn't assure me that this trade is gonna win, right? We could mitigate this now, because there's people on the seconds time frame trading all this. There's people on the seconds trading this range here, so they're trying to short here. So unless, like I said, for our trade specifically, price is relative to time frames. Unless we break above this supply or break the high that it's supposed to hold here on the supply, we're not good to go yet with our longs. Most people are in gold with me. All right, well, let's hope for the best on this gold trade. Again, another pretty long trade. I know that we had to sit through, but that's just part of trading. I know it usually takes this long during an afternoon session. That's why ideally you should be trading kill zones, okay? Because you saw the NQ trade that took today earlier, the two winners back to back with 4R total. Those trades took like 3 to 5 minutes to hit TP. It's the same amount of money I would have made on this 1-3R basically. But much less time. But if I'm not streaming, like, and I'm taking these trades, you know, I'm not sitting here, right, monitoring every single candle that pops up. I'm gonna be doing something else with my time. I think people get anxious. That's how I was when I started trading, and I'd get anxious and open up the chart every few minutes, every 1 minute, every 2 minutes, or just sit there. But there's nothing you can do once you're in the trade. Let the market breathe, let the market do its thing. If it wants to hit your TP, it hits your TP. If it doesn't want to hit your TP, that's fine. Psychology is something you do have to master if you're trying to do this full time. It's actually, in my opinion, probably the most important thing once you go full time. When you go full time, that means you understand the strategy and system. You know how to trade. You have the skills. You just need to know when to trade, when not to trade, and manage your emotions. If you can manage your emotions well, you're set, right? So you see right now, like I said, don't get too happy. We are hitting this supply. Well, even though it's a 1 minute supply, it's still supply. Now, price is basically trying to go for this. It's gonna go between these two zones, and all it's gonna do is figure out which zone it wants to hold. If it doesn't hold demand here, it's gonna go for this low. And that's gonna be our stop out. If it does hold, then, obviously, price is gonna go higher. If you took a re-entry, I think you would have got a 1-to-1 here. Yeah, we got a 1.5 R if you took a re-entry on gold. We'll see if this demand here holds or not on gold. If not, we'll go back on NQ. Let's see what's going on there. Okay, no, it doesn't. Okay, let's go back on NQ. NQ is, I did remove my limit order here. I wouldn't have a limit order here at this point on NQ. This is like a new setup because price did go back to 50%. Though, I don't see anything in mitigated. Does anyone see anything that NQ hit? Because I personally don't. I don't see anything. 5 minute, there's nothing. Let's see, gold went for the low. It went for the 1 minute PY here. Gold. It just mitigated it too. See if gold would want to hold this 1 minute. If not, I think it should be going for the inducement. Though it does look like a far target, I'm not gonna lie. Press go all the way down here. Okay, let's see. NQ going lower. Okay. See, this is why I told y'all to remove your limit order. Right? Because you don't want to get stuck in this trade. This is not the same trade anymore. Because price already went back to 50% of this range here. See how you can easily avoid certain losses? Now it gets weird because... Is there a PY? There's a PY. Now it's like not as good of a setup anymore, because the right trend is starting to shift bearish. Ideally, you want to be trading when the trend on the right is with your higher time frame trend, like this. The trend on the right is always bullish with the higher time frame, but once the trend starts shifting like this, you can still get something like this. But these trades don't work out as well as these trades here, when the trend on the right is always respecting bullishness. I think we'll monitor, best bet is monitoring gold, just see if gold wants to hold this 1 minute. Maybe we could get a potential re-entry on gold, but it's definitely a lot more risky in my opinion at this point. So we'll see. On NQ, we didn't mitigate. We mitigate 1 minute POI. ES, we did a sweep. $15 minute. It's a 15 minute. Oh, sorry, you mean on NQ. Oh. Yikes, I did not see that. That's why you guys gotta switch your time frames. Damn. That's crazy. Yeah. Okay, so it did hit a supply then. Hit 15 minute POI. right above that trend liquidity. I was aiming for the 5 minute. I was looking at the 5 minute. Damn. I should have had it on my indicator. Probably should have turned it on. Because if you turn on an indicator, you can show multiple different time frame PYs together. So we got alert when our domain got hit on NQ. But you guys see what I'm trying to say here with the trend on the right. Now that the trend on the right is starting to shift bearish, it's not high probability. There's an impulse model on gold. This crazy risk reward. You're not gonna get an IFG here. Your inversion is gonna be super high up. I don't know if you're gonna get OB retracement here. I think I'm gonna take this. Yeah, I'm gonna take this here. Well, this is the last chance. If this doesn't hold, I'm not gonna look for longs anymore on gold. And we didn't create an OB either. It's not good. We closed. Oh, we still might. We have an OB created on gold. It's a very small one. We do have one. Again, this is more risky to enter, to be honest. If you want to take it, you can. The RR is insane if it just does hit. Otherwise, on gold, I don't think I'm gonna be looking for longs anymore. If this 1 minute PY here fails. Let's see, NQ. I don't know if I see anything on NQ. I don't see anything on NQ right now. Maybe it might be going for something on a higher time frame. Maybe we can try to look for something. But if this is a rebalance though, then we're bearish on NQ now. Because like I said, we took out this high here. My type of trade that I was looking for here on NQ here is really to see if we can get like a daily, what's the right word? Internal continuation here. So we continue higher and higher, higher, like on the daily at this. But if this doesn't hold here, everything else becomes lower probability. You can try to get a mitigation cycle on NQ. Let's see. The higher time frame, 50% is pretty far. We have 5 minute. 5 minute down here. Yes, and no entry model there. I think this is the last point. I'm gonna look for a trade here on indices here, and we get a sweep of these lows. We're in a PY here. We swept Oh, we did sweep ES. We set this low. That made a new high. Went back to 50%. And NQ is in the origin right now. So far we have one long attempt on NQ. I'm willing to, let's see. I'm willing to take this. It looks better on ES. Sorry, NQ looks stronger. The setup itself mechanically just looks better on ES. We have a sweep here on ES. NQ, we don't have a sweep. And we have a PY on ES. This is better, but this is holding. So this is SMT. I'm pretty sure this is holding. Let's see. 1128, 1128. Okay. I'm gonna take this. If we get something, I think the inversion here should give us a solid. Well, you're only gonna get 1-to-1 at the supply. If you want to go for the high, you get a nice 4R. It just depends. Do you want to make back your losses today? Depends if you're up or not on the day. I feel like in this situation, if you're like already up, you can just go for a small target. If you're down on the day, actually it depends. If you want to go like break even from your losses, you can just go for a small TP. I'm gonna take this here on NQ. It is stronger, but it is a good setup overall. So we'll be taking this. Once this close, hopefully it shouldn't close too far. It's only 10 seconds left. Okay. Oh, snap. All right, we're gonna try this setup here. This is gonna be my last attempt of the day today, personally. I don't see anything else here, to be honest, if these fail, so. This is SMT. There's no OB created, unfortunately. Just an IPG. And you're going against the trend on the right. But I'm anticipating us that we hit the target that the right trend was looking for with this sweep, that we should go higher. But we'll see. And then your target, your TV can do whatever you want. And we don't have an OB right now. We have something on 30 seconds. We don't have anything on 30 seconds. I usually, for confirmation, like 15 seconds, and OB on 50 seconds almost means nothing to me most times, unless it's a small range. If it's a big move like this, you need something on like the higher time frame. You know what I mean? Like something on 30 seconds or something. The bigger the range, the higher time frame you want confirmation on. But I don't go past 1 minute in terms of higher time frame for me. 1 minute is good enough win rate for me. If you want to wait for a 5 minute, you can obviously have a higher win rate. You can wait for a 5 minute. But I'm gonna mark up my charts here, just show what this is. The setup is an IPG off the 5 minute. There is no OB intramodel, like I said, that's not good. This is what it will look like if you're taking on ES. If it wants to go for a session low, it can. Where's session low on NQ? Oh, yeah, no. Okay, definitely not. Session low is way too far on NQ. This is gonna be a massive move. That's not happening. Like I said, since we failed here 2 times here, this does become lower probability here. Because you're trading based on the trend on the right now, not the left. I'm in profit right now, just gonna chill. Nice. Yeah, these are just not amazing trades because the trend on the right shifted. Otherwise, these are like still great trades. If we didn't have, imagine you had a racer. Is there a racer tool here? Imagine you had a racer here and none of this happened here. And let's just say price did a delivery like this, where it just goes for this SMT, whatever, and it does this. This delivery here is different than if price does something like this. This is less probable. This is more probable, you know? This is more probable because trend here on the right has not shifted with this, but it does shift here with this. But I'm anticipating basically that we hit the target on the right. The right trend, since it is counter trend towards a higher time frame, it's only gonna last for so long, the thing on the trend on the right. We still don't have an OB, which is not good. There's a 30 seconds one on ES. There's nothing on the NQ though, so it's not really good to see. If we can create an OB though, come up, create an OB here, then that's good confirmation for us to go high. If we don't, I don't see too much here. But yeah, this is probably gonna be my last trade. In my opinion, I'm gonna be looking for. Gold is pretty messy at this point. I don't think I'm gonna take anything more on gold. You took it to 2 re-entries, you could have, or just took one. Like I said, depends on how you made your trades. If you went 1-for-1 today, I think if you didn't take this re-entry, I think you just won, and this one did not go 1-to-1, I'm pretty sure. I think this trade, oh, it keeps moving my TP. I don't think this trade went 1-to-1, did it? No, it went 1 to 0.6. Not something I'd take. I mean, you could break even there, but yeah, if you just took 1-to-1s, you basically break even. With the stream today, unless you took the trades, like I said, the good setups, the good conditions earlier. This is what you should be taking, like all the time. Then you're still green. Might be a break-even day for me. Still no OB or anything here. Let's see. Nope, nothing here. Probably going for a new session low at this point. This low breaks. I mean, you could try longing like that again, but I usually give myself 3 attempts for the most part. Longing, I guess this is attempt number 2, if you want to call it that. How far is this? NQ is not gonna be able to. I think NQ is probably gonna take out the low here. This low here. Let me move this. Oh my gosh. Hold on. NQ is probably gonna take out. Why does it keep doing that? NQ is probably gonna take out this low here by the time ES takes out session low here. Just based on the relative size of the move. So then this SMT would be considered a failure SMT, and it basically just means that now they've both taken out liquidity. We're pretty close to stop here. We'll see if we can create something here. If not, it's probably gonna go for session low. Let's see if there's anything missing here. Usually don't use a U second for POIs. Like, it'd be crazy if we did an internal sweep. I don't think this internal sweep should hold. It's probably gonna go to the near session low. If we don't get something soon to the upside here, so we'll see. Maybe we can get an inversion here. Hopefully no internal sweep on one of the two. But in the meantime, let's talk about prop firms. You guys are trading Topstep. What else are you guys trading? What other prop firms are you guys with? I think someone else in the past was talking about Lucid. So some people are trading with Lucid. And I just realized my chat the whole time on stream is not updating. That is so weird. I don't know why it does that. Here, let me refresh. Now it's updating. That's weird. I have to refresh it manually every time. Okay, let me know what prop firms y'all are trading with. I'm gonna talk about Bulenox in a bit here. Basically, the difference here with Bulenox and Topstep is, so for Topstep, you need 2 days minimum to pass accounts. With Bulenox, you just need 1 minimum day. Basically, saying 1 minimum day, there's basically no day limit. You can pass on the day you get the account. That's what it means. Let me change this text here so it's blue. Does not look good. Okay. These are differences. Again, if you want to use my code and you want to support the channel, feel free to. You can use the code JTrades. It should work now. It gives you the biggest possible discount at the moment. And here's a link to Bulenox. So the other thing on the Topstep is there is, well, they have a new pricing model, so the pricing has changed. Yes inversed, NQ also inversed right now. Don't see an OB still though. OBs are more probable, so ideally we see an OB created here while we're in this trade. I don't think I'll probably be done for a day off this trade, to be honest. It's been my last trade. So if this hits DP or stop loss, it is what it is. It's gonna be either for me 1, 2, 3, 4. It's gonna be a break even day for me. If this hits stop. Okay. The first off is the rule here with the differences and how long to pass. There was another thing I forgot to mention. There is a trade to payout duration that's different. With Bulenox, you're able to get counts for usually cheaper than Topstep. I believe Bulenox offers both end of day trailing drawdown and like live trailing drawdown. So you can choose whichever account you want. And one might be cheaper over the other. Well, there was something else I was gonna mention. There's a big difference between the two. They both have similar size accounts. I think I talked about it. Might have mentioned it earlier. Lost my train of thought. Again, I'm still in this trade here, guys. Okay, we're gonna go for a 3R here. See what happens. Is anyone in this trade? Again, last trade for me. Again, this should hold. If it doesn't hold, I just don't really want to take a trade off the year setting sweep anymore. Too much downside for me. Gold did an internal sweep. Yeah, so I guess gold did an internal sweep here in this massive PY. This isn't an internal sweep at this point. This is more so like a break to downside, but this is an internal sweep depending on the context of time frame you're on. If you're on like the 15-minute or 5-minute entry model, this is basically your internal sweep for the most part. And this is what happens with gold. You know, gold does internal sweeps like these. It does more liquidity sweeps. So this is fine. If this go for the high, that's cool. You just miss out on the trade. Just how trade gold moves. If you can't accept, I think some people can't accept how gold moves. If you can't accept how gold moves, don't trade gold, you know? But when gold moves and you get the timing correct, it's a massive banger. It's a massive win. There's, how much R is this trade? Damn. You can get 12R if we go for the high. So as you can see, like, this is what I'm talking about. When you get the timing correct on gold, this one winner is gonna make back 6-fold of your losses. 6-fold. Again, still in this NQ setup here, okay, on my account. And we're gonna see what happens here. ES held the low well, so the NQ. Good thing we didn't have another internal SMT. That would have sucked. I was hoping that didn't happen. We did create an OB as well on NQ too. Again, if you want to just go for a small target and you want to call it a day soon, target this or target this. These are both good targets. These PYs here are irrelevant to me. If this PY here doesn't hold, we're gonna just run these two. They're so close to the high. But yeah, we'll see if this trade holds or not. It did get close to stop, but for my data, I don't get too scared here. The reason why is for my data, I think it's like 36%. 36% of my trades get very close to my stop loss before going in to becoming a winner. So I'm still holding this. You might have a re-entry if you missed the initial entry here for better RR, but this is the last setup I think that is like solid. That's a better keyword. Again, it's not going to be anywhere close to like setups like these where you trade on the right. Also, I don't know what happened on yesterday. I think it was a big divergence because NQ did not take out that many lows. Yeah, there was a big divergence today earlier with ES and NQ. NQ being just stronger. Oh, right. That's what I was thinking about. Now I remember now. There's an account limit. There's account limit size. So difference. I meant on Topstep, you can only have up to 5 accounts total. On Bulenox, bruh, hold on. Why does it keep doing that? On Bulenox, you have up to 11 accounts. 11 accounts. ES took out the high internally, and Q has not taken it out yet. I might, depending on how long this trade takes, guys, there's a chance I might move my TP just earlier. Okay, either this supply, if this trade just takes too long. Don't want to, you know, watch this trade forever. Market's going to close in about like an hour-ish. So there's something to keep in the back of your mind whenever you're trading, that if your trade is not close to your stop loss, or sorry, if it's nowhere close to your TP and the market's about to close, don't hold for your TP. It's not breaking your strategy system if you can add a rule where, like, okay, if there's 15 minutes left in the market and trade's not this percent towards my TP, I'm just gonna close, right? Add mechanical rules to your strategy system. That way you can follow like me, right? Like, I don't think too much when I'm trading. If I see my setup, you guys see me take it all the time. If I see my setup, I'm taking it. If I see my setup, I'm taking it. Same with gold. If I see my setup, I'm gonna take it. Like, there's no hesitation. Even if I take 3 to 4 or 5 losses in a row, which I've taken before, I'm still gonna take my trade. But there's people that lose confidence and they get their emotions into their head, and that's when your system just dies off, because risk management, everything just goes out the window. Again, both of these firms you can copy trade, for those who are wondering. Okay. Another thing to mention is, oh, what was it? Total counts in a day. There's another big distinction. Let me look it up. Oh, right. How did I forget this? With Topstep, there's like a 50% profit split, if that makes sense. If you're trying to request your balance, you only get half of that. That's your max you can take out. So let's say your balance is 5K. You can only take out 2.5K. Okay, with Bulenox, there's no profit split in the sense where if you request 5K, you're getting 5K. So these are basically the main differences. And then one other thing is trading days. For Topstep, you need 5 green trading days. These are things you just guys have to know. And this is, again, non-biased, by the way. This is the objective information. You can look it up. But look, in my opinion, if you just look at the two, also Bulenox is cheaper. If you're paying with Topstep's old pricing model, it is cheaper if you do the math and add it up. Like, you can get combines sometimes for like 50K accounts at Bulenox sometimes when they go do a massive 90% sale for literally $18, $15. That is 1/4 of the price of Topstep. So again, if you want to check it out, you can use my code or just copy and paste it. Keep it when they go for a crazy sale. Currently the sale they have right now is 45% off. I don't know when they're gonna do a 90% off again. They don't do it super frequently with sales like that. But if you want to try them out just one time, feel free to use my code to support the channel and support these future streams that I'm doing, spending time with you guys. ES mitigate the OB, nice. NQ did the internal sweep. But if we're objectively comparing these two, like there's only one thing I could think of that might be downside for Bulenox. Again, this is like not subjective, by the way. This is complete objective. You guys can look this up. With Bulenox, this is better here. How do I get the... where's that tool? Here we go. Wrong direction. Where's that other arrow? There we go. Okay. We're just comparing these two firms. Bulenox is better on the first rule. There's no like subjectivity with this. You can pass on the day you get the account. When you get a combine, you can literally pass instantly if you want to. I think you do have to wait until the end of the trading day for them to send you an email that you passed. But the point is you can pass on the first day you get the account. On Topstep, you need 2 days to pass. Actually, another even benefit really is there's literally no consistency rule because you can pass on the first day at Bulenox. No consistency rule at all. I think there is a consistency though once you get to the funded account, but most people can't even get to the funded account. Most people are struggling to pass. So if you want to find a firm that you can pass quickly and efficiently with, Bulenox is the method. You can pass on the first day. There's no consistency rule. You can full pour if you want. On Topstep, one big problem really is you need 2 days minimum to pass. Some people take 4 days, 5 days, 6 days because with Topstep you need 50%. There's a 50% consistency rule. The best way to pass Topstep is get 1500 on the first day, get 1500 on the second day. If you cannot get 1500 on the first day and 1500 on the second day evenly like this on a 50K account, it's gonna take you 3 to 4 days to pass, which is even more time wasted. Bulenox is a big advantage. You could pass, full port, do whatever. What you could do, again, only do this if you're already profitable and you have confidence you get a payout. If you can't, there's no point in doing this, okay? But for people like me, for example, I don't care. I can easily get payouts. So for me, like passing combines is a waste of my time. Or let's say you're someone that has already gotten payouts in the past. Trading these combines are a waste of time for you. So we have 1 hour to market closure. Price is really slow. Jeez. Another benefit here is you can have up to 11 accounts on Bulenox. Obviously, objectively, that's better than only 5 accounts. You can have a lot more funding. Next up, you get a 100% profit split at Bulenox. Topstep, you can only get up to 50% of your balance. Bulenox, you get everything that you request. Another thing, this is iffy. This last point, Bulenox is still better. But this point in the middle, when it comes to days to pay out, it varies how you want to look at this. 5 green days to pay out, the downside to that is you can't, let's say one day make a lot. Let's say one day you make 5K, 6K. And then The other days you have to have also green. If you can maintain every single green for 5 days consecutively, which is harder, then you can get the payout in 5 days. Otherwise, it might take you 5 to 10 days. You know, you need 5 green days. It doesn't have to be consecutive, but green days. So not necessarily comparing 5 days versus 10 days. With Bulenox, what you can do is you can make a lot of money on one day, and the rest of the 9 days, I think there's a size limit maybe in terms of like maybe like even 1 micro or something. I don't know. I don't remember specifically. But basically, you can just take tiny wins or losses, losing days. That's not going to really affect your payout request for the rest of 9 days, right? It's a lot easier to get a payout in a sense here. But with Topstep, you need 5 green days. With Bulenox, you don't need no green days. Obviously, you need a green day to get a payout, but there's no requirement to how many green days you need. You can get 1 big day and just chill for the rest of the 9 days. It's much less stress than Topstep, where you need to perform every single day for 5 days. I think people look at the 10 days versus 5 days and immediately jump to the conclusion that 10 days is worse, but it's all about perspective on how you view it. You have to wait longer, yes, for your payout, but it's a lot easier to reach this than achieve this 5 green days. I also think 5 green days isn't even comparable to 10 days. This is assuming all 5, your first 5 days on your fund account are green. That's less likely to happen with big majority of people. Big majority of people don't even get to payouts. So if you think about it that way, this is a lot harder than this, right? For this, I'm gonna just, can I turn this? This just means we'll do equal sign here. If people ever ask me stuff regarding like why I think it's equal here, I'll just tell them to reference the stream. Let me see, is there an equal sign? I can't search in here, can I? No, I can't. That's dumb. They should add a search functionality. We'll just use this. I think people understand that enough. But basically that's the point, right? Like the 5 days isn't necessarily true. Most people cannot get 5 green days immediately in a row. So it might be like 1, 2, 3 green days, or let's say 2 green days. You have 2 red days, 2 green days, and then another green day. So that's what, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 days worth of trading instead of the actual 5. But these are the main differences between the 2 prop firms. These are basically what you need to know. Everything else is very nuanced stuff, very small stuff. But these are like the main things people are really looking at when it comes to looking at prop firms, going which one to go with. Again, you do need to be profitable regardless of what prop firm you go for. But I think you need a lot less consistency, if that makes sense. But it's a lot easier to get a payout. I think it's probably a better word, with a certain prop firm over the other. So I'm gonna post this. I think I already made an announcement for those that want to use my code. Like I said, gives you the biggest discount at the time that's offered available. Just giving you a pure objective breakdown between these 2 firms. I haven't looked much into other firms. If you guys have specific suggestions of firms I should look into, let me know. I can reach out, check them out, and maybe see if I can get like a code from them or something for you guys to use for like discounts. But yeah, I'm gonna have to do some research on that. Maybe my free time. Maybe next time even we can do a whole stream just talking about just pure prop firms. See, gold, the range is very small in gold. Volatility is dead. Still, again, on NQ, I really want to see us hit this TP on stream here. I have pretty good conviction here with this long, just because we are holding here at least, and we're not just like dumping. I feel like if I was wrong here, it should have told me I was wrong faster here, and then go for this. But we're spending a lot of time up here, meaning we can low-key create new value here. We spend enough time here. But 50 minutes, yeah. I don't know about this volatility. I'm gonna move the text. Hold on, I gotta make sure nothing's in the way here. Yeah, all right, that looks good enough. That's the trade I'm currently in. Well, those are new to trade channel, make sure, those new to channel, make sure to subscribe. I don't think that button does anything. If you want to join the free Discord server, there's a link to the Discord. If you want to check out the course, my reviews, you click the link in the description. Sebastian said, is there an activation fee for Bulenox? Yes, there is. So Bulenox has an activation fee as well. I should have clarified that actually earlier, but I think most people anticipate a activation fee. So I believe the activation fee is like 140. They might, let's see, is it 90? Wait, different account size. Yeah, so 148. So if you do the math, the reason why I said 1/4 price of Topstep is because when they have their sales, their massive sales, 90% off. I don't know how often they do those, to be honest. I'm pretty sure it's not super often, but when they do have it, I think it's like 18 bucks for an account. That's your combine fee, and then your activation is 148. With Topstep, I think they have fees now. It's like 52 because they added processing fees or something. Let's just keep it at 50. Why not? It's fine. Topstep is 150. Let me change the color here. So this is what the pricing breakdown for most part looks like. $18 combine fee, which is, that's actually not 1/4, that's 1/3. Yeah, sorry, 1/3 changes. It is 1/3 of the price of the Topstep combine fee. This does help people that want to just like get accounts quickly, because let's say you want to pass quickly, you're gonna over risk or something, maybe full port on an A+ setup. You're not gonna be able to do that on Topstep because the 2-day minimum pass rule. First of all, you need actually 2 days in a row where you get 2 winners of that size. But regardless of that, let's say you buy 3 accounts at each place and you're trying to basically pass them quickly to get to the funded stage. With Topstep, you would have to spend $150 on the combine fee. At Bulenox, you'd basically spend 50-ish bucks. I think it's like 54. Yeah, 54 roughly bucks. So you see it's 1/3 of the price for the activation, or sorry, for the combine. So it saves you a lot when it comes to passing accounts. But if you're someone that can guarantee almost that you pass a lot of accounts, like if you're very profitable, you have a very high pass rate from past success, I think a lot of people are in between. Then the pricing is still cheaper here, but it's just not cheap as it's not 1/3 of the price, if that makes sense. Because then if you add the activation, I think it's 200, 166. Yeah, it's about 17% cheaper if you're able to get the full count. But if you're not able to get the full count and you want to get multiple counts, obviously this is cheaper. So that's a specific breakdown. There's also $89 or 50K no activation fee. Yeah, that's correct. I'm talking about the old Topstep pricing model here. If you use a new one, you can get $89 activation, or sorry, no activation fee. The only problem with this is then if you try to like full port multiple accounts, right? You're gonna be spending, let's say you want 3 accounts, that's $300. Versus here, if you just buy 3 accounts, you're only spending 54-ish bucks. So the difference here is even more substantial, right? But like I said, if you're able to pass all accounts, you know, this is technically the best pricing. But most people can't pass every single account they take. They take a few attempts. So it saves you on the combine fees essentially. The reason why Topstep also brought the $89 thing is because they know like a lot of traders don't even pass the combine. So a lot of people are gonna lose even more money, essentially you're basically paying double the fee as what they did originally. So you're kind of making double the P&L here. They are losing out on the traders that do pass, but they're betting on these people that do pass, still not getting payout. So dude, prop firms is a super profitable business model. Like you see them try to like improve their pricing and such, but at the end of the day, a lot of people are still not passing or getting payouts. So there's banking. Oh, let's see what's going on with this trade here. Again, this last trade for me today. We'll see if this holds. NQ is going for the OB. Yes, it's probably gonna take out the slow with my guess here. This doesn't hold. It's gonna be a break-even day for me today. It's also very late in the day. I hope you guys were on earlier though to trade during the kill zone, because those were really good setups. I saw some of the course members or students took some of the setups. That's good to see that you guys are like knowing like what the trade setups are, you know, without me having to call or signal these out. That's like the ultimate goal, to be self-independent or dependent. Yeah, self-independent. That's a better word. I'll explain these setups. We'll monitor this trade real quick for a little bit. Hit stop loss is fine, and I'll explain, really go over the setups I took earlier today, and then we will end the stream. Yeah, it's definitely too late to target highs. Yeah, I agree. It's only not even an hour till market close, so volume is showing itself also as super dead. We could get something though, like last time though. Actually, no, never mind. Sorry, I thought this was later. No, last time we took this trade on stream, this was during kill zone. Yeah, 3 o'clock versus 12 o'clock is a huge difference. Yeah, no, definitely not the same. I'm gonna give it 15 more minutes here. Sometimes at the last 15 minutes when we're market, we do get a huge pump or big volatility usually. I'm gonna give it to like 315 here. If by 315 we are still chopping here and we don't have a lot of momentum, I'm gonna move my TP to probably just the next supply, so you can close out for profit. If it does give us a lot of momentum, I might keep my target here. See if we can go for it, because I am still seeing this here. Okay, we mitigated the OB on NQ. Now it's just a waiting game. Also, I still have to post the trade recaps. I'm really delaying the trade recaps because these streams take up so much time. But at the same time, a lot of people tell me that they, I guess, learn more. They find the streams more insightful and helpful. So that's why I've been spending more time live streaming instead of recording trade recaps. I mean, with the time I spend live streaming, I probably could have already recorded like multiple trade recaps at this point by now. But anyway, I don't know why my screen just turned off there. That's weird. NQ is still stronger than ES right now. I don't like to see that we took out this low though. Ideally, we shouldn't have taken out that low. This could be a seconds internal sweep, but usually you want to see that low hold, because on the seconds, this is kind of like, this is basically an OB entry confirmation and it failing. That makes sense. But if we can sweep this and break above these highs, that means this is a true internal sweep on the seconds. You said Topstep? Depending on your time zone. For me, from my time zone, I'm pretty sure Topstep you can hold till 4. Because at least on like a personal account, well, I can hold past, but on a personal account, I can hold till like 4:45. Tops, like, I'm pretty sure you should be able to hold past 4. I remember holding at least past 4, if I recall correctly. Yeah, that's what I figured. Dead. Your time 3 o'clock, my time basically 4. All right. Yeah, this thing is still really slow. A 1-to-1 is, even a 1-to-1 is a stretch at this point. 1-to-1 is up here. I'm gonna delete my alert here. I'm not gonna look for another trade. We're gonna just basically see if this plays out. Again, I'm being very optimistic here. I'm not gonna with my TP here. I might just TP at the 1-to-1 mark. The thing is, my time sucks. It's 12 o'clock right now. Damn, bro, it's 12 o'clock for you? Oh snap! You're on the other side though. You're on the other side then. That means you have to wake up at like 6:30 for NYSC Open, right, Sebastian? It's crazy. I could imagine waking up at 6:30, I'm not gonna lie. Props to y'all that do that, man. I couldn't do it, bro. Could not do it, man. Also, because I'm staying up trading Asia session recently. A little bit of London. I could low-key hold this for this high target if we do get a nice move, because I'm not on a prop firm, so I can just hold my trade to the next day. But for the stream purposes, yeah, we can adjust our TP here. Again, 1-to-1 is here if you want to go for a 1-to-1. If you don't like the 1-to-1, This is not a bad TP here. Ooh, there's a lot of POIs in this move leg. There's also a 15-minute here. Wow. Okay. ES. I don't know if this is honestly a good or bad sign. I'm gonna be honest, Joe. Because ES is still far from session low. ES took out the low. NQ is still holding this demand. If, this is so far though. The thing I was hoping for to happen was ES take out near session low. That way NQ can hold its price point here. I don't have to look for another trade, but nah, this is the last trade for me personally, and I'll be done. It's really late, so. Oh, it's probably not gonna get that sweep in time. It got the internal sweep, but not the New York session low sweep. You could close out in half your stop loss. I'm just gonna take the full loss here. You guys can close out a half loss if you want here, because he's obviously not good here. I'm gonna hold my stop loss though, but smart move would be just to close out here for a 0.5 hour loss, because I'm thinking that price has ways to go to the new session low. There's no way this stop loss here holds for that, for yes to go for that. So that's my view on what you guys can do if you're with their trade, if you're still trading or in this trade. All right, hit my stop. Yep, it's gonna go for a new session low. Yep. Again, just an example of, not the best probabilities when you're trading against the right trend. So yeah, you guys can hopefully learn a lot from today's stream. I know it's a red stream in terms of live trades. For me, I ended basically break even today, but stream wise it is a red stream. But yeah, just hope to show you guys some examples of like what is good. I thought this was a personally good trade here. I thought it was fine. You took the POC. I thought it was a good trade too. Just didn't go for the high. Well, actually went to 15-minute supply. I missed out. Unfortunately, didn't see. Should have saw it. That's my mistake. And just showing you guys, you know, like not the best trading against the right trend. Good stuff trading with the right trend. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. Again, if you want to try out Bulenox, you can support the channel. Use my code JTrades at checkout. Otherwise, I'll see y'all in the next stream. I'll probably take tomorrow off. I'm still gonna trade tomorrow. I'm just not gonna be on stream. I'm probably just gonna be trading, and then in the meantime, recording trade recaps for y'all because I need to catch up on those. There's so many of them, and it's gonna look weird if I try to record trade recaps from like, dude, bricks ago. So you lose today. I'm out looking for reversal. I messed up today. No, I don't think you messed. Okay, well, you gotta know if you knew this is. I thought this was a good valid trade. I told you guys this is low probability because we're trading against the right trend. If you took this knowing it is slightly lower probability than something like good here, then that's good. But if you thought this was like excellent A+ setup, then you're basically just wrong here. But yeah, see, seems like gold is now doing this up move we were looking for before, unfortunately. So anyway, got internally stopped out on gold. That's cool. Let me delete my alert here on gold. And then label these trades. I'll do a recap video of probably these stream videos or stream trades too, going over today's day, explaining some of these setups. Let me just mark everything as well. But for me, these two winners, these kind of like lost my Pinot from earlier, but that's fine. Good stream, Jay. Can't win them all. All you had it's good success rate this year so far. Reversion should mean isn't bad. It's expected. I mean, yeah. This is kind of what I expected, to be honest. Like trading again, going against the trend on the right. It's much worse than going with the trend here. Ideally, like sure, if I was really looking to be super selective, I shouldn't have taken trades here. I thought the gold trades were valid though. I'm not gonna lie. They just had this one was sweep. So again, upside is looking really nice on gold here, taking out that trend liquidity that I was originally talking about with my indicator. Just got stopped out by a tick. By a wick. If you took a re-entry, you're up hella. So anyway, didn't take that, so not gonna count that. But anyway, I'll see y'all in the next stream. Peace.